Pay attention, man. Pay attention. It's your finance guy here, Terrell Priest. Just thanking God for another day. And it's Friday, so we're thanking God for another payday. All I ask is if you take anything from the video, that you please like, share, subscribe. This helps grow the channel, build the platform, so we can reach and help more people and get the eyes of some of these experts so they can come on the show and give us some knowledge. I post every Friday. I chose Friday because Friday is the day most of us get paid. Want to make sure that we're doing the right things with our money on payday to set ourselves up and our future generations. So this week, we're going to be talking about the importance of owning your home. All right, let me put these glasses on. All right, let's get to it. So one of the books I want you guys to pick up is going to be The Richest Man in Babylon. Love this book. It's a basic book. It's not long at all, but it gives a lot of statements in there, a lot of quotes, and some of those core pillars that we're talking about here, about saving money, living below your means. Just a great guide on building wealth and how we should be operating out here financially. All right. And in the book, one of the quotes that stick out is, "Every man should own thy home." All right. It's just highlighting the importance of owning a home and what that home can do for you. So first thing I want to do is knock out the excuses. Right. So number one excuse is going to be, hey, you got to pay 20% down on a home to own it. That's a lot of money. For my first time homeowners, there's so many programs out there for you, FHA loans and things of that sort. All you do is get on Google, figure out what's going on in your state. Each state has different FHA loans. There's federal loans that can help you out. You got an old uncle, grandfather, grandmother who was in the military, didn't use their VA loan or anything like that. You have multiple options. So let's not make, that 20% down an excuse anymore. These FHA loans, they're going for as low as 3% down. They have programs out there helping you with that down payment. And if you're even buying homes in different areas that they're trying to populate in your state or in your county, they actually pay your down payment for you or some type of down payment assistance. So we just got to pay attention, get online, use our resources, and check out these programs, man. So we can buy your home for 3% down or less, and we can cut out that excuse about the 20% down and we don't have the money. All right, so for my people that do have the good credit and do have the money for the down payment, another excuse we like to use is, hey, we're traveling for our job, so hey, I'm only going to be here for 2 to 3 years, or I just got a new job here, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here, right? This is going to be the perfect time to buy a home. All right, if you're moving around with your job and you're going to be somewhere 2 to 3 years, you're moving into a new city. So of course you want to get your feet wet, kind of see what area you're in, and where you would like to live. So the first 6 months, yeah, go ahead and get you a little rent out for 6 months. But we do need to be buying our homes, okay? Coming in, new city, say you're moving to Charlotte, come in 6 months, get a rental, find an area you like, put your down payment down. That's an FHA loan or it's 20%. Now you own your home. All right, so you got 2 or 3 years in this property. In these 2 or 3 years, you're A, building equity in the home, 2, building your credit as well, right? So now this home that you're buying is an asset. So it's making you wealthier. And then when you're ready to leave in those 2 to 3 years, you have the equity built to where you can sell the home for a profit, and that brings you money. Or you could rent the property out with a tenant in it. So say your mortgage was $800, charging the tenant $1,200. The tenant now is paying down your mortgage, building more equity in the home, and your cash flowing $400, right? And you can do a lot of other stuff with that as well. And we'll go into that more once we get into investments, but you can do the Airbnb, right? So instead of $1,200, you can get more around that $3,200, and now your cash flowing a lot more money. But now once you move on, that home, that property becomes an investment that turns into an asset. All right, because now you're away doing the same thing in a different city. Hopefully you're promoting and moving up with your job, or you got a better job and you do the same thing in another city. By the time you move around 2 or 3 times, you've accumulated 2 to 3 properties that's now cash flowing for you, or you sold and made money for you, or you're holding on to, or whatever you're doing. But these are all what I like to call dirt banks, right? Putting your money in the dirt. Real estate is one of the best assets that you can own. It's so versatile because you can do so much with it. With the equity in your homes, you can borrow against it, right? If you ever need a loan, you can go to your own bank. Say you have 50 to 60 grand of equity in your home, you need 40 grand, right? 80% of the value. You could pop that home and get you 40%, get your $40,000 out of your home instead of having to go to a bank and go to your dirt bank, right? These are all assets, and you can accumulate these assets when you're moving and doing these 2 to 3 year skits in places. Right, so no more excuses about I'm only going to be here 2 or 3 years. Let's get some of these assets. Let's buy this property up. So when we are moving, we have an asset there generating money for us, building equity for us. Later down the line, these are assets that are growing that we can borrow against, sell, up the rent, pop it for more money, all type of stuff, man. But like I said, we'll get into a lot more of that once we get into the investment videos later down the line. And then last but not least, man, the most important reason we need to own our homes, to me anyway, is going to be that legacy, right? That asset that we have built that we can pass down to our next generation. All right, so just think about it for yourself. If you was to graduate college or graduate high school, or whenever you first got married, if you had a place to stay rent-free for 2 to 3 years, save up your capital so you and your husband or you and your wife or just you could get on your feet a little bit, pay back some of them loans, or just stack up a nice nest egg. If mom and dad said, here's a property, son, daughter, you just started your career, probably making 30 to 40 grand a year. Please come in this home rent free, save your money, and buy your own home here in the future. Or you're starting a family, you and your husband, you and your wife, y'all come here, save your money up, start your family, get on your feet, and just give you that great basis, right? Eliminating that #1 bill in most of our lives, besides taxes, is going to be that mortgage or that rent payment. A lot of people are doing this, guys. So you can be that person in your family, right? You can own your homes. And then when your son or your daughter's coming up, or even your grandchildren are coming up, they have property in which they can live in, save their money, get the basics, get their savings done, pay off some loans, and start their life a little bit better than you did. All right? Because we all know that this adulting ain't no joke. All right? We got to put them on the best foot forward to get out here in this real world and do some damage, right? So leaving that legacy for our children, our grandchildren, right? Even when it comes to money, right? You get a little bit older and say your kids are going to school, right? And they need 30 to 40 grand in student loan debt, right? You have the asset there. You can go into your dirt bank, right? Which is your real estate, and you can refinance the home for 40 grand or 30 grand. Right, you've refinanced the home for 40,000. That monthly mortgage payment's like 90 bucks, right? So now your kid went to school, got out of school for free, right? Because you paid the loan off with the $40,000 that you got from your dirt bank, which is your home. And now, hey, son, loan free, no student loans. You just graduated college. You stay in this home. The mortgage on this thing is 90 bucks. You pay the mortgage here for 2 to 3 years, and you get yourself on your feet. All right, or not charge them at all, whatever you want to do with that. But you see the versatility with owning real estate, owning your home. Not saying you got to go out there and get on Zillow and try to invest and be a savvy investor. No, just owning your own home and just passing it down as you move on. All right, as you get older, house get paid for, just passing it down and leaving it to your heirs. That single decision can change the trajectory of your family moving forward. For your sons, your daughters, and your grandchildren, they see what you did for them, and this becomes a family tradition. Everybody's buying their homes, paying off their cribs, and just passing them down. You're passing down wealth, right? Just passing down wealth. These houses that you're paying 200 grand for, by the time it's ready for your son to grab it or your daughter to grab it, it's probably going to be worth 300 to 400, probably double in value. Grandchildren get it, probably double, triple in value. So you're paying 200 grand now, 20 years, 30 years down the line, it's going to probably be double. And then, you know, once the grandchildren get in there, probably triple than what you paid for it, man. So most important reason to me to own your homes and buy your homes, man, is just to generate that wealth for your future heirs to come. Alright, so let's wrap it up. Alright, so no more excuses. Right? Nah, I don't have enough money for the down payment. It's too much to put down on the house. I can't afford it. Alright? First time homeowner loans. Check with granddad, auntie, uncle. See if they use their VA benefit or their VA loan yet. There's ways to get into these homes, y'all, without having to put 20% down. Alright? So we got to take that excuse out of there. Second, we're moving around and we're not sure where we're going to be at long term. This is the perfect time to buy property if you're going to be somewhere 2 to 3 years, because now you're buying property and you're investing, right? And you're turning these properties into assets. So when you do move on in 2 to 3 years, you have a dirt bank, right? You have a bank, you have your money in the dirt. It's growing in value. You're putting tenants in there that's going to be paying your mortgage off for you. It's going to cash flow for you. Or you're going to do any other investment with that thing as well. But it's your dirt bank now. And you're planting your dirt banks as you go on. And then last but not least, the most important reason to own your home is going to be to generate wealth for yourself and your future generations. Alright? Passing that thing on down. Letting it grow in value. Getting your children, your grandchildren off on a better start than you did, so they can get into this real world and do some serious damage. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for us this week. I just hope that you guys please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys. The channel is growing. That means you are sharing it, you are liking it. And if you have any ideas of anything you want to talk about, definitely hit me up and I can add them to my next videos coming up. But remember, a worker without a plan is just a slave. See you guys next week.